one isn't working. That one's not working because it doesn't have any those. Man, that's fiddly. Hydrogen serum used the gas giant extractor for it, but you can't land on it. So, right, so it's not really worth a visit, is it? Right, we're making more of that stuff, which means we're now making a supply slight surplus in here, which means they're now maxed out. I don't know how many processors we're going to need in the end. Let's cap it out. You can swim in it when out of energy. Really? What, you can go to the gas giant and like float around it and get energy back? That's kind of cool. There's another inserter wrong, the third. Wait, what? That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. They're all working though, bro. So if they're all working, how can it be wrong? The on that isn't flashing. I don't see what the problem is. They're all coming on. I mean, if that's working and that's working, so's that and so's that, then how can it be wrong? Still the green is belt to belt. Okay, hang on. That flashes, that flashes, that flashes. This one. That one? Well, it was like an appendix, wasn't it? Yeah? It wasn't doing anything. Right, if we chuck all these drones into here, they should help with the logistics of that tower. We got stone on the belt. Is that iron? I don't think there's any stone on the belt at all. It was causing severe OCD problems in chat. Wow. Okay, if I want to improve the logistics, I need more of these towers and I need more drones. Those towers aren't that difficult to manufacture by hand. But the drones are a bit of a pain to produce in mass numbers. So I think we need to automate these drones here. And the only difference between those two is the reinforced thruster. Right. What does my list say? Dude, my list is like... I need foundation automation, which means steel and stone. And the problem with steel and stone is the steel is here. Right? And then the stone is all the way back here. Like that. There's the stone. Wait a minute, we do have a stone conveyor belt. Where's that going? Oh, it stops. That's why. Aha. Hang on. Want to use vessels instead of conveyor. It's chicken and egg. In order to use vessels, I need to make vessels. To make vessels, I need materials. Materials are in different parts of the factory. So I either belt everything over and make things, or I convey them by making drones, which I need to go and handpick all the items for. So it's like this massive yak shave. Right, in order to get this over there, over there, we're going to have to elevate quite a bit. There's the steel. I need the stone. Then we do the old trickaroo here. I can't believe that doesn't have power. When it's look how close that is. That's insane. How can that not have power? Go one square that way. Random solar panel from a long time ago. Literally unplayable. 20% logistic drone flight speed. Nice. It pains me seeing them fly around so slowly. can do that because that gets backfilled anyway. So I might as well get that up to full speed. Or just use the faster ones. It don't matter. Right, that's going to make more steel. You're about to take your first interstellar flight. Should I go next door to the ice giant or check out barren desert a little further away? Frankie, just have a look on the star map. Like when you scroll out here, you don't need to guess. Just click on a planet and it'll tell you what's on it. If it doesn't do it, if it doesn't show you that information, then it means in your tech tree, you didn't research this stuff. Universe exploration. Able to view the vein reserves in the whole planetary system. So I think you need this stuff. So maybe get that one. Right, let's see. Lack of item? Well, that won't do. You found it. There you go. Let's see. Of course, it's not getting any steel. Interesting. Okay, we've now got a foundation being made. That's going to come in pretty handy. Shady Stace, thank you very much for subbing. That's another item ticked off the list. Let's go and check out the interplanetary logistics. You have an entire untapped steel belt where you extend stone belt. 1 sec, I'm going to go and check that. We need to put more drones in here. We so need to make drones. it uses a fair bit of power, but you look at the size of it, and it has to charge up all these drones as well. So what was you saying? I have an untapped what? Steel belt where you extended the stone belt. You don't mean this, do you? The glass belt. What do you mean this belt? The steel? You mean this? That's going downstream. Nothing happening to it yet. Yeah, it's glass. We're not really using glass that much, to be fair. Should probably move this over. Oh, that's not what I wanted, game. Come on. This is tricky. Floating belt hype. I'll probably finish this game when I'm 60, so much to do. Dude, I feel the same. Right. I've got the belts coming through now anyway, so we know I've got stuffs. Let's see, what do we need more importantly? We can handcraft drones. We don't need to automate them. Solar panels, I think we do need to automate. It's going to come in really important. Solar panels and accumulators, I think. We better start automating because otherwise we're going to have a power problem at some point. Research is taking so much longer now if you only have 30 yellow matrices per minute. Yeah. It's working. It's definitely needs to flow a lot quicker. It's like advancing the tech tree right now is not really a priority. I have a lot of stuff that I'm not even building yet. Start your solar cells. It takes a while, but they really start taking over. Getting awesome. Thanks for 64 months. Okay, do we even have tech for solar cells yet? I don't know, is that it? Use the EM rail ejector to launch a large number of solar cells to form a Dyson swarm, which can more effectively obtain the radiant energy of stars. Takes graphene, which we're making, and a photon combiner. I love the company in this game. See you guys next time. Mickey Learjet, have a good one. To make photon combiners, we need circuits and triangles, which we're making both of. I wouldn't say we're making an abundance of them though. We do have quite a few there. We could speed that up if necessary. In fact, I'm going to speed it up just because. So green circuits and the triangle things we're making not here but further back here. There you go. We have a large number of those. So we're just chucking back on the belt, maybe? Wait. They go in here. Well, we also have some green circuit production going on. Admittedly, not a lot of it, but it happens. I could hook into that, because we've basically got green triangles here and circuits in close proximity. Is triangle things a technical term? Well, we can call them Toblerones if you want. Start by upgrading this. A little bit quicker. Plus 30% drone flight speed, plus 50% vessel navigation speed. Okay. Right, so I'll grab the Toblerones and bring them over here. In fact, I might just flatten this area here. You do indeed, Jens. I added it. I wish you could move the, like, these things are hard to move, aren't they? You have to have the inventory space for all the contents just to be able to move it. that. It's like a billiard table. Right, so we've got circuits coming out of here, no problem. We can split that. Just got to grab these boys here, which I think we'll do by... How long does it take to manufacture a solar sail? 4 seconds. Like, are they, like, how many solar sails do we need? Is it just literally send out as many as you can manufacture? Is that how it works? Toblerone consumption rate is always a concern. I agree with that statement. You need thousands, right? So... we'll leave space down here to make more green circuits if need be. They decay. Nice. Good stuff. How long did it take to decay, though? Like, are we talking... has to be a constant stream. What do we use to actually eject them? To send them up there? Once we've made them? Is this like some kind of solar sail launcher thing? EM rail ejector, is that it? Oh, there you go. Launch a large amount of solar sails into orbit to form a Dyson swarm. And how do you get the energy back from it? Is it that? The ray receiver? Receive high energy rays transmitted from the Dyson swarm or sphere. The received energy can be directly output to the grid or stored as photons in a critical state. See, there's like a whole bunch of things that we're not making yet that we kind of need to make this work. Not least of which is that one. But I can manufacture that. Toblerone's down that side. I'm just going to leave space over here. That's what we need. KSMJ, thank you for 6 months. How have you been? Glad to be back. I'm doing well, thank you. KSM. Welcome back. What am I doing? That's not the right recipe. What was I making here? I was making something out of Toblerones and circuits, but it clearly wasn't a solar sail, was it? Wasn't that thing, was it? Oh, there you go. I was going mad then. Yeah, you need them. You need them to make the solar sail, don't you? So you need to combine that with graphene. Graphene is not available where we are. Graphene's like down the other side of the factory. But there is one of these available. Mr. Combat, thanks for 28. Right, that's expandable if we need it. Assuming it can keep up with Toblerones and stuff. Now the graphite, or the graphene, sorry. I think it's graphene we need, isn't it? The graphene is all being made down here. Uh-oh, hang on, let's get some more fuel. The actual graphene is here. Just waiting to be consumed. It's graphene, graphite, and diamonds. So one option is to put a logistics thing here. Could put a logistics tower here, and then just we've got those available. Although I'd have to manufacture a bunch of drones. It's either that, or we start doing belt shenanigans to get that stuff somewhere near. I've lost it. Someone said the charge rate stacks with your multi-tester towers. Hey? That stuff. So that stuff there. We could belt that away to where this is. Might be easier than setting up a logistics thing. Paint the drones the nice Squirrel Logistics paint. Sadly not. stack it on top of that one. I'm trying to think, like, if you played this game again, knowing what you know now, like, what would you do differently? There's the graphene there. Exactly what you're looking forward to. This first player who's learning the basics and pumped for a second try. Yeah. You've really got to, like, go through it, and then the next time you'll be better, and then after that, you know what I mean? You just got to keep improving like that. What's that broken? What is this awkwardness? Always leave the space. Dude, I learned that from Factorio. People, like, I used to stream Factorio and people are like, why are you leaving big gaps there? I'm like, because I know. I know that when I come back, at some point, I'll be very happy I did. I don't know how many of these things we need. I don't know how quickly we can burn through the material. What was the ratio on that? 1 to 1. Interesting. Alright then, let's get this show on the road. You wish you could stack everything. You don't lose anything from building, just remove all the belts and buildings and stack them in bigger inventories. Rebuild your first planet as tier 3 belts. Rebuild your first planet? That's a big job. I love the idea of that. It doesn't really give you the tools to do things en masse, though. You know, like, say Factorio, if you want to just completely wipe out an entire smelter array, You can just drag delete over it, and then your bots just go out and go. There's no concepts of that in this game. And until they have bots and blueprints being able to do things en masse, it's tricky doing rebuilding large things, isn't it? Why is that not working? Because somebody dubba. Okay, well, we're making them fairly quickly. I guess we need to scale up at some point, though. You'd rather have logistics nightmare than rebuild your first planet. I'm kind of on that page. Oh, the awkwardness. Look at that. Once they give you the tools to do it, I'm all for it, but... Ooh, that energy overlap there, look. Nasty. Let's see if the input can keep up with the output. Well, the other planet that we got to, I think, is a much better factory planet. So I kind of want to turn this planet around a bit. I want, instead of ingesting stuff and making it here, I kind of want to go the other way. At some point, I kind of want to start sending things from here over there. Because that's much better building land. It's more pleasant here. You've got the trees and the water. It's nice. Right, so now we need one of these ejector-y doodad things. That's the technical term for this. The EM rail ejector. So we have to grab a bunch of components here. Super magnetic ring. So we start firing them into space. Graphite, magnets, and those things. Oh, I wish everything was just on the logistics network. Life would be so much easier. Alright, let's grab a bunch. We've got magnets being made. Wait, what's going on here? Oh, was that the titanium? No, that's graphene. I knew I should have put graphene on the network. Your new favourite game in the factory, build a category. It's a lot of fun. Oh, I need magnets, which I'm definitely making. I know we're making magnets. Anybody see a magnet? I know for a fact we're making magnets. Did I just put them on the bus? I hate these symbols. I hope they change. They're on the bus. I knew they were. They need to change these so they're not just like boxes with pictures on them. Boom. Three of them to two of them. Well, looks can be deceiving, dub hands. How many do we need for one of these? 10 of them. How many of these ejector things do you need? Is it like the more the merrier, or? You have 5. Kind of hard to see what your factory's doing at night, you know. Can make 2 currently. Blood Lancer's way more important things I need than that. I haven't even automated solar power yet. And after I've built these things, I've got to build those things. Well, luckily I do have the ingredients for this. We're making that stuff, and we've got that stuff, and we've got a few of these lying around. No point sending things out there if we can't get the power back. And I haven't automated accumulators yet, wherever they are. Energy exchanger. That's the one that sends power from planet to planet, isn't it? Stop playing these types of games. Who's that? Is that me you're talking to? Accumulators. Right, we need some more of them. Yeah, see these blue things here? These. We need to automate that. The hot addictive garbage. Not wishing to sound rude, but what gives you the right to tell me what games to play? I certainly would not presume to tell you what games to play. You speak for the entire gaming community. Okay. Well, now that you're the spokesperson, go back and tell them that we will play whatever we like. The entire gaming community. Wow. That's slightly presumptuous. I need to move some cups off my desk. People, eh? Right, EM rail ejector. We can make 2 of them. What are we short of then? It's not steel. Must be cogs, probably iron then. Bet we're short of iron. Yeah. I'll make 4. I don't know if we're going to make enough things to eject, to be honest. You think this game's perfect? Chill and enjoy. Looks good. Most likely to buy it. Thanks to Squirrel Streams. Nice one, Holborn. Cigar chimney. Thank you for 45 months. Beat up. Thank you for almost 3 years, bro. You're cooking your tea, having sausage, chips, and beans. Can't go wrong with that. If I grab some of that silicon stuff up here. Maintenance game becomes a full-time job. Ori, I think I know where you're coming from with that. And because it's so early access, I think a lot of that needs building out. But you get a similar problem with Factorio. And this is where a lot of these games go wrong. But Factorio helps you a lot, is that the bigger your factories, right, you can't keep your eye on everything. Like, you can't micromanage. It has to help you scale. And that's where logistics bots and, you know, in Factorio you can set up logic networks and have that keep its eye on things and balance things for you. You are right. Like, you get to a point where you just cannot keep your eye on everything. You enjoy watching me make a bowl of spaghetti. Lol. And it's made worse because you've got different planets, and that's where I think multiplayer is going to be fantastic for this game. The point where you can multiplayer this is going to be amazing. Look forward to it. Right, we just need to pick up some of that weird and wonderful stuff that we're making. That we seem to be consuming now at a rate of knots. I think production of these has slowed down maybe. Maybe I just need more of them. Lack of item? Ugh. Never seen this game. It is only just hit Steam like a week ago. Blueprints is the main thing. Having to like hand put every single inserter down, that's got to change. Can you not stack assemblers? I don't believe you can put one on top of another, if that's what you mean now. No, you can't. I mean, the machine does this, so it kind of makes sense that you can't. Natronel, thank you very much for a year. Yeah, you can stack boxes, you can stack, well, these things, storage, fluid tanks, research, but assembly, smelters, things like that, you can't stack them. Okay, they all appear to be working. I need to nick some of this stuff. It's getting swallowed right now. I think we'll have to temporarily stop production of these things just while I nick them. Guys, I need to buy a break, so I shall be right back. is back. Honey roasted cashews. So good. So we've got the rail. Hang on, how many have we got? We've got 3 rail ejectors and then a ray receiver. Basic generation 5 megawatts. I don't know how many of these things we need. Yeah, Captain Flint, we're on another planet. Hannah, I'm always eating cashews. You can't leave cashews near a squirrel. You should know that. How many of these things do you need? This is why you didn't send me cashews. But Hannah, how can you not send me my favourite thing? Way receivers, 2 maximum, 1 on each half of the planet. Huh. Ah, okay. So it needs to be pointing in the direction of the solar sail to work properly. So if I make 2 of them, that's interesting. That's true. Alright, let's put the launchers up. Get this show on the road.
An EM rail ejector. You have taken the first step to build the Dyson sphere. Now you can use it to send solar sails into space for forming the Dyson swarm. Each EM rail ejector requires to set up orbit and supply with solar sails. Also, you can use copy and paste to set orbits. If you want a Dyson swarm orbit become more diversified, you can click the Dyson sphere button in the lower left corner of the screen to open the Dyson sphere panel. Make your customization however you want.
Okay. That is literally just a giant railgun. In first, solar sails make up the sphere surface. If you haven't got the framework up, don't bother sending solar sails, they will expire and be lost. Okay. So it's not worth sending these up yet. The EM rail ejector. Choose orbit. Sails work independently. Don't need the frame. Is it worth sending them up there? Oh, outside my system, Benner, no. I've not needed to go outside the system yet. Wow, they stack in 1,000 units. That's crazy. Alright, we'll send them in a minute. Maybe they should be posh. That looks pretty sick. Lack of item. I only made 3. No, no, don't you dare. Went the wrong way. I take it it's not going to do anything until I set the orbit anyway. To fire the sails at the start. They work, but they have a degraded time. Check your research. Each solar sail that you send up when the framework is complete will be added to the framework to make the shell. Not sure I understand that. If you give each gun a different orbit, the result will look amazing. Alright, so what do we do? Click on this, click edit orbit. What the? Star illumination 1.017, generation capacity 0 megawatts. Dyson shell, Dyson swarm. What's the difference between the swarm and the shell? Dyson sphere needs 2 components and 2 delivery systems, railguns and rockets. The shell doesn't decay. Right. So this is your intermediary thing until you can make the shell. Right. Show all orbits. Orbit radius 9,000, orbit inclination. What's the What's the pros and cons of doing this? Longitude of AN. What's AN? Is that our insertion point? It can be either side of the planet to always be in sight. Oh, the ascending node. Wait, so is this us here? Is this our launch planet? And this is like the orbit we're going to put it on? So we could put it on like an inner orbit like that. Oh, I see. So if you basically inclined it like that, that would be the ascending point there. And then there'd be descend like that. I get it. So you could have a flat one like that. That could be orbit 1. Should correct that. And then you have... Wait, how do you edit this? Why can't I edit the first orbit? I don't see the ability to edit an orbit. There's no controls. Early access reasons, okay. So you do add... Wait, what? There we go. 3 orbits, that'll do. How do you get out of here? Run game? How do you leave this screen? Escape. There we go. Right, so you now put that into orbit 1. Whoa! Dude, don't point the gun at me. Put that into orbit 2. That into orbit 3. Whoa. Alright, let's do it. Let's see what happens. So, should we send them up, or are we better off making some of these collectors first, the ray receiver? Should we put them down first? So we can actually benefit? Or just get firing? Skies are clear, and the sun's up, so now's a good day for launch. We've got FAA certification. We can launch today. Okay, first one's being greedy. There you go. It's gone blue. Oh, there's no audio. come on. They so should have made some audio for that. I can just imagine. Like something out of Star Wars. Look at that. That looks pretty wicked. Right, collectors. Actually, is that even on the equator? No. Dismantle. No? Oh well. So I think that's the equatorial line there, isn't it? That'll do. 118 degrees west.
You built a ray receiver, which can receive the high-energy rays transmitted from the Dyson sphere and directly input them to the power grid. However, caused by the ray receiving efficiency, the ray receiver's requested power will be larger than the documented output power of the Dyson sphere. You can keep it working or upgrade technologies to increase the ray receiving efficiency.
Whatever you say, boss. Put them on the poles. Really? Is that, like, really? Hang on. Denzality. Thank you for 3 months. I really summon Twitch, but you deserve every penny. Been watching your stream for a long time. You're a great streamer and gentleman. Keep it up. Thank you for all the fun games you made me buy. Oh, that's very nice. Thank you, Denzality. I don't recognise your name, though. You're a bit of a lurker. Appreciate the sub. They go down in efficiency at night. Mode, power generation, photon generation. So they just move it then? After I built a platform and everything. They need continuous receiving. That's about as close to the pole as we can get. Continuous receiving 0.9%. It's all good, bro. We're there by mistake. Requested power 3 megawatts. Oh, hey. Can you not see them like being shot? Look at that. There must be a launch about to happen, surely. Or maybe it's nighttime, we can't launch at night. Wait, does that mean your launchers are better off on the poles as well? Or does it just shoot out and then go that way anyway? They need line of sight. You see, that's why I'm thinking the launcher should be on the pole.